Hey guys, we have quite an interesting day going on a vibrational level. We have several significant astrological alignments, transits going on today. Number one, we have Venus, the planet ruling love, money, relationships, values, coming into an exact conjunction with the north node of the moon, which rules destiny and the path ahead. This is a very fated alignment. There may be some very destined, divinely timed connections coming into play, and a whole bunch of other stuff might be coming as a result of this specific transit today. We also have the moon in Capricorn today going to be making an exact trine to this Venus North Node conjunction, and also a conjunction to Pluto as well. This is some pretty actually like intensely psychic and a little bit prophetic energy that we have going on the side of our Venus North Node conjunction. We also have the Sun in Gemini making a couple of exact aspects today, both a square to Neptune in Pisces and a trine to Saturn in Aquarius. And I do feel like of these two aspects, the Saturn aspect may actually be a little bit stronger because we do have a Capricorn moon ruled by Saturn going on today as well. But this is also setting up an interesting dynamic. And lastly, we also have Mercury, our messenger planet, our ruler of the position of the sun right now, our ruler of our current lunar cycle that we're in right now, coming into a sextile with Jupiter. And this is the only aspect that is actually not exact today, but because of Mercury's prominence in the energetic field right now, I feel like this is also significant. So we're going to talk about that too. So we got a lot to talk about today, you guys. Let's get into this report and see how all of this is sort of like intermingling in the sky and coming together and what we might anticipate or expect in our energetic field today. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day, energetic update of the day. If you guys stick with me till the end of the report, I'm also going to be talking about some tarot cards that came out today in conjunction with the astrology, so we have that to talk about as well. But let's start with the astrology. Let's start at the top. Like I said, we got a whole list of transits to go through today, you guys. We're going to start with Venus in conjunction to the North Node. We're going to talk about that moon in Capricorn. We are in more black moon energy today, so if you missed my report from yesterday, I was talking a lot about the influence of the black moon and what it might be, meaning for us in the specific energy that we have going on right now as well, because yesterday we still had some of the aspects going on that we have today, although they were not as exact. The sun has moved, Venus has moved, and everything is like in its exact alignments today. But we are still dealing with this black moon energy, which actually will wane out throughout the course of the day today, because the moon will be leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius as we head towards the evening. So there's going to be an energetic shift that goes on today too. So mostly what I'm talking about in terms of this Capricorn moon, though, is the duration of the day while we do still have the moon in Capricorn, and the moon is going to form a trine to Venus and the North Node conjunct in the sign of Taurus. Remember, this is happening in the sign of Taurus, Venus's home sign, where the North Node has been transiting right now, and this is an earth sign. Capricorn is also an earth sign, so when the moon gets to the same degree in Capricorn, where Venus and the North Node are in Taurus, we will have a trine in earth signs. Trines and earth signs actually have a tendency of making things like physically manifest. We could definitely be for sure experiencing some type of just like divine alignment, or like more like positive, pleasurable experience that really reminds us of our value and helps us get back into alignment with our self-love in some type of a way as well. These things could kind of be coming through, but the moon will then make a conjunction to Pluto, you guys. This is bringing up some more of that very intense psychic energy that I was talking about. And with the hand of God, fate, destiny, so highlighted today by the placement of Venus in conjunction, there is this and also the sun making a trine to Saturn in Aquarius, there is this more like future-oriented nature that is coming through in this day today, and our ability to sort of like energetically, psychically attune ourselves to that and begin like heading in that direction through, the changes and the shifts that we are undergoing today. We also then, number 3, the sun in trine to Saturn, number 4, the sun in square to Neptune, and then Mercury in the sextile to Jupiter as well. So we're talking about 5 things today. A couple of them are sort of going together, and again, remember, remember, we are in this black moon energy, but I feel like it's sort of maybe taking a little bit of a back seat today because we got so much other stuff that is going on. And this really, to me, is a very positive aspect, Venus and the North Node together. I have noticed personally that when we have Venus North Node associations, transits, conjunctions going on, there can just be like a more pleasant experience of life that goes on in this energy. And again, specifically this Venus North Node conjunction, so let's get Venus North Node conjunction. So let's get into talking about it, is happening at 23 degrees of Taurus. And this Sabian symbol is a jewelry shop filled with valuable gems. So I can tell you guys, just based on the placement of this conjunction of this degree, and we're talking about the sign of Taurus, which also rules values and the resources that we hold within and our ability to translate those into worldly abundance and comfort, materialize it into like stuff that we can tangibly use externally. Sign of Taurus, Venus also ruling value, money, abundance, all of that type of stuff. And this specific degree is a very, very Venusian Taurian degree as well. And this conjunction is going to be doing something to reawaken or to remind us of or to align us with or to redirect our path in some type of a way so that we are realigned with the truth of the value within us and helping us to see the abundance of this value in the form of creativity or potential or just the talents and the gifts that we were born with that are part of our being that we came here to develop and to grow into and then to, you know, use to serve the greater good, the greater whole. And as a result of that, be able to attract and magnetize to ourselves that which can make our experience feel valuable externally and abundant and fulfilling on these very heart-based and soul-based levels, especially in this 222 year where the lessons that we are learning are to help us magnetize these like beautiful divine alignments and connections. Today, I feel like is a very important day in this 222 year that we are in right now and in our energetic internal shift that is happening in such a way as to help us begin to attract and magnetize and receive the things that can bring us our heart and soul's true form of abundance. And that to me is what this 222 numerology also represents, our ability to open to receive, attract, and magnetize to ourselves that which is in alignment with our heart and soul's version of fulfillment. And this is also sort of a dynamic of the shift into the age of Aquarius and this recalibration of our personal frequency based on the recognition of the value within that therefore makes us feel worthy to receive value externally. This whole thing, we've been talking all about it. So I feel like this is very much, again, like on the table today for something that is just like infused into the experiences. We may just find ourselves like enjoying our life a little bit more today in one aspect or another, and something inside of us being reawakened in terms of us really getting a better perception of the truth of our own value within and what we feel we deserve externally as a result of that. Like that is what is creating the shift. So positive experiences as a result, I feel like, of this alignment at this specific degree that are reminding us of and aligning us with the truth of the value inside and therefore what we are able to receive externally as well. So this is a beautiful alignment. Venus in the North Node. Generally, like this aspect, especially in the sign of Taurus, Venus, this very, very strong Venus, Taurus energy, this is going to be putting a highlight on all things and realigning things in a way that is conducive to the growth of all things along the lines of like resources, finances, also like food and supply chains and stuff like that too. There may be a bit of a positive improvement over the next couple of weeks in terms of these like financial supply chain resource-based issues. They may start to get a little bit cleared up or alleviated for the current time frame. Moving through this next couple of weeks, I think it may be a little bit more positive for these type of things as a result of this alignment. Also, financial situations and circumstances and stuff could improve a little bit in this dynamic as well. But generally, like partnerships, projects, relationships, creative pursuits that we're engaged in right now, any way that we are like rebuilding our lives in a way that allows us to tap our own potential more more and to become sort of like a conduit of our own success based on the resources that we have within us. Like this type of stuff as well. And of course, you guys, love and money, like this is the energy where some very like profound, significant, important relationships, divine timing, divine alignment can come into play, and also like financial partnership arrangements, agreements. Like this is very positive timing for that type of stuff. Now we have to remember, and I will get to this moving forward in this report, we do have a Sun Square Neptune operating simultaneously, and this energy presents an opportunity for manipulation, I guess we could say, or like deception, or like sort of painting things as they aren't. So we do want to be careful engaging in any type of like new financial deals or anything like that. We really want to be sure that we are seeing things for what they are. But honestly, this is not, to me, the dominant energy in the field today. I feel like the other aspect that the sun is making, which I will also get to talk about, the sun trining Saturn, is actually a stronger influence today. And this is really actually giving us a very strong ability to understand our own relationship to our own environment and to really get a grasp sort of on our own reality. So these are two sort of contradictory forces that are at play today. And again, we'll talk more about this in a little minute, but I wanted to say, you know, in terms of the financial dynamics, the money situation, there is an aspect of things where things are just like still maybe not being presented clearly to us in this energy. So I wanted to put that out there as well. But generally, this energy is definitely realigning things for us in a way that are conducive to the growth of our own personal well-being, our own relationship to ourself and our self-love and our self-worth and the value within us, our own recognition of the resources, the talent, the potential that we hold within us, and our ability to utilize that to actually turn it into something physical and tangible. And this aspect, this Venus North Node aspect, is actually really highlighted today by the moon in Capricorn making the trine. So even on an emotional level today, a feeling-based level, like the moon, like what's going on inside of us, this is very supportive of this process that is playing out between the North Node and Capricorn, or the North Node and Venus aligned in the sign of Taurus. Like these two dynamics coming together. And this could also be, again, like things like really happening, like interactions, encounters, alignments happening like in the real physical, tangible world, because this is happening in earth signs and the moon is involved in this as well. So, you know, some experiences today that are really like aligning our emotions and our heart center in a way that is really conducive to our growth in a positive direction moving forward. And also this there's a very strong intuitive influence as well in this energy, with the moon ruling our intuition, making this trine. So, you know, we should really feel, you know, if you feel maybe guided to take a different direction home today, or to just randomly go somewhere or do something that maybe is like off the, you know, the natural course of the path that you normally walk, today may be a good day to like follow that hunch or follow that intuitive guidance, because it may be trying to bring you into contact with a relationship, a person, a situation, and an encounter that can have some very positive effect, again, on your growth or on the trajectory of your future path or on your understanding of your own value in one way or another. And also information, you guys, is still playing a very, very crucial role in the energetic field. And as I said, you know, one of the things I want to talk about today was Mercury, ruler of this cycle, the messenger planet, ruler of the position of the sun right now, in the sextile with Jupiter. This is a very expansive, verbal, mind-based, information, cognitive, communication energy that is really doing some things to expand our own personal self-perception and bring some truth to our understanding of whatever we are experiencing at this point in time. Like there's some real truth that is trying to be shed in the midst of all of this. So, you know, these alignments that are happening may be happening in such a way that is really waking us up to something, again, perhaps surrounding the truth of our own value and the ability that gives us to, you know, sort of have more confidence in ourselves to move forward in a new direction, or to try something new, or to take a risk to better ourselves in one way or another, or to follow our passions, with Mars also ruler of Aries in the sign of Jupiter. And we have so many planets in their home signs today. And when planets are in their home signs, this is a very powerful period of time, because things just are able to manifest and come into creation better and stronger because these planets are operating out of their most pure and refined and powerful influences. We have 5 of them right now, and most of these planets in their home signs are the ones that are being activated today. We're talking about Venus in the sign of Taurus, and we're talking also about Saturn in Aquarius, Neptune in Pisces, like these very strong bodies that are really full force in the creative process at this point in time. And so things are coming into alignment, and we really want to follow any intuitive guidance today that we feel is like pulling us in one direction or another for any given reason. Now, the next thing, I want to say is this moon in Capricorn going to be coming into a conjunction with Pluto. This is also like very powerful emotional transformations and purging and purification and release. And also Pluto is ruling the South Node that we have in Scorpio, who is lining up in opposition to Venus. This is also Venus in opposition to the North, or in conjunction to the North Node, in opposition to the South Node. This is also the recognition of these valuable gems inside of us, the recognition of this value inside of us that is allowing us to release and move away from places that we have been surrendering our power in the past, South Node in Scorpio, or attaching ourselves to negative situations in the past out of a perceived lack of value or power inside of us. And so there is this moon conjunct Pluto, powerful emotional transformation that is helping us to release ourselves from these karmic loops and these self-sabotaging patterns and these toxic attachments of the past that have been keeping us from recognizing the truth of our value, our potential, our resource, and our ability to create with them going forward. This Taurus, North Node, Venus growth trajectory that is being indicated today, while simultaneously we are gaining this ability to emotionally release ourselves from the things from the past that have been keeping us away from being able to head in this new direction and really tap into this potential. And it's creating this profound, powerful Pluto emotional transformation that is going on simultaneous in this energy today. So, this configuration, this Venus, North Node, and South Node and Pluto and Moon energy that we have going on today. This is creating likely some very powerful internal emotional transformations that are helping us to transition out of like our old versions of ourselves, to break ourselves away and to clear some karmic psychological issues perhaps from the past as we align and are awakened to essentially the value that we hold inside of us, this jewelry shop filled with valuable gems, and what we can do with those, and this motivation or this personal truth that is coming as a result of that and inspiring us and freeing us also to move forward in this new direction and again along this trajectory of personal growth, because that's like really the point of everything that's happening right now as we are transitioning ages, moving into the age of Aquarius. It's really about tapping our potential, rising into our highest and our best, activating our destiny, and getting in alignment and learning how to utilize and work within the laws of this reality to co-create with God and Spirit, really becoming the master of our own destiny as we are developing a closer relationship to the divine and to ourselves as well. And today I feel like this dimension of the energy is really indicating forward movement in that direction for sure. And I feel like this is a very beautiful, blessed transits that we have going on this side of things today. Now there's another dimension of things playing out because this is only one side of the exact aspects that are happening. We also have this sun in Gemini today. Now Gemini, we're talking about this mental energy, this communication energy, teaching, learning, traveling, transacting, dualities also, and partnerships and things going back and forth and options and alternatives and choices and decisions. All of these type of things sort of having a prominence right now as well, while we have the sun in Gemini and we're also in Gemini season. However, the sun is coming to 26 degrees of Gemini today. We also have Saturn currently retrograde in the sky at 26 degrees of Aquarius. Air sign, Gemini and Aquarius are both air signs, setting up this trine between the sun in Gemini today and Saturn in Aquarius, and also Neptune is at 26 degrees of Pisces. Pisces, Gemini, mutable signs. So we have a mutable square going on between the sun and Neptune in Gemini and Pisces, and we have an air sign trine going on between the sun in Gemini and Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, and these are both exact on the same day that we also have Venus coming into exact alignment with the north and the south nodes of the moon. So let's talk a little bit about, we've been talking about this Neptune square that's been going on because it was in square to the full moon that we had recently, and it was, something that was noteworthy and that we need to talk about, and this has just sort of been a theme lately. So we'll talk about it again, and when we're talking about the sun and square to Neptune, this can bring up like lower energy, and we can feel a bit inadequate, we can feel like discouraged in some type of a way, or on the other side of that, we can feel like overly idealistic or just like sort of seeing things in a completely unrealistic like view. Neptune rules like illusion and delusion and states of confusion, not seeing things clearly, like rose-colored glasses, over idealizing things. And we have the sun in Gemini forming the square to Neptune, Neptune in Pisces. The sun in Gemini, this is about information and, how we're perceiving reality, what we're thinking about, what we're talking about, how we're communicating, where we're going, what we're saying, what we're doing. And the square to Neptune and Pisces, this can be a bit of like mental disorientation as well, or it can also be media projections or social media images, like projections, image, fantasy that is sort of being projected that is interfering with our own like mental calibration, with like our realistic understanding of reality. But it's so interesting juxtaposed to the Saturn aspect, because Saturn rules like that very grounded, cemented, concrete, realistic viewpoint perspective on reality, very mature mindset when we're talking about the sun in Gemini and a trine to Saturn in Aquarius, especially retrograde. The sun in Gemini trining Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, this is like efficiency and productivity as opposed to like the inadequacy, the discouragement, or the low energy of the sun in square to Neptune. This energy is sort of like, especially with Saturn retrograde, helping us to really like redefine who we are and what we do and our own relationship to the world around us, essentially. Who we are based on our relationship and effect upon our own environment. And also, I feel like Saturn also rules like authority and governments and structures and like situations that we operate within. And with Saturn retrograde right now, this is also like exposing things that have not been right or not been conducive to success within governments, within structures, within the way that we've been like operating our lives generally. So, this energy is having, on one hand, a likelihood to show us where things have not been working and breaking down, slowing down the things that have not been working so that we can restructure, rebuild, reform. I feel like, actually this could be indicating, especially with the Venus North Node conjunction, some sort of reformations going on within financial institutions, within like governing bodies of things generally, within leadership, within authority. So that is something that, we may see in like headlines and stuff as well, because we're talking about the sun in Gemini, talking about news, information, media, social media. But in terms of, the more like experiences that may be going on in the context of our own lives with this sun in the trine to Saturn today, this is also like giving us a very good idea of, again, like the stability and the structures that we have built in our own lives, the frameworks the mental frameworks within which we have been operating, and maybe where we need to adjust things. And it gives us a very like determined attitude and strong work ethic and an ability to like really get down to business in like building or forming or creating something and reevaluating what needs to be done to make it better in some type of way. And again, this is a very like practical and down to earth and materialistic, grounded mental energy. And I feel like this energy is actually stronger, as I said, than the Neptune Sun Square, because we do have a moon in Capricorn today, which is ruled by Saturn. And then the moon's going to move into Aquarius, which is also, originally ruled by Saturn and the place where Saturn is right now. So I feel like, this could be sort of causing us to experience like an illusion or a fantasy coming up against reality in one way, in one form, in one capacity or another today. There's sort of two ways it could be playing out on one hand. And I feel like this is the more dominant way we may experience this energy, and maybe like a breakdown actually in an some type of an illusion or delusion as we gain a more practical and mature, realistic mindset and perspective or understanding about something. Like this Neptune Sun energy in the square could really represent like some type of just like crack in a facade, or again, like breakdown or destruction of some type of an illusion that we've been operating under. And again, we can't forget this value, this North Node Capricorn moon issue situation that we have going on the side. It could be like this recognition of the value that we have within us because of some experience that we have today that is causing us to go through this emotional transformation that is like breaking down any types of illusions that we've been operating under in terms of our own self-perception, that is helping us to like gain a more realistic and mature viewpoint on things and really get more goal oriented and begin to really start moving towards a different type of future. Like that is one way that this energy could be playing out. But on the other hand, you know, we could be like over idealizing our ability to like perform or to succeed in something. Like this energy could also bring up some mental health issues for sure, especially if we are like a bit emotionally and mentally unregulated or unbalanced in this black moon energy. It could definitely bring out some more like manic tendencies or some more tendencies towards like grandiose thinking or like perceptions and feelings of grandeur that could result in some really toxic behavior. Like that is something that we need to be aware of as well in this energy, because there is a possibility for that. But generally, as I said, because of, I feel like the Sun Saturn trine is the stronger vibe of the two today because of the moon in Capricorn ruled by Saturn and then moving into Aquarius. And also I feel like this energy generally, especially with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius and the North Node being so activated today, is sort of orienting us more towards the future. Like this Pluto moon and the South Node opposition from Venus, like moving us away. Venus opposing the South Node. Venus is what we like and desire. It's like we no longer like and desire these negative toxic attachments from the past, from which we may have been either gaining our sense of personal value or security or financial stability. Like we're like realizing like we just don't want that anymore. And then with this Sun trining Saturn in Aquarius retrograde, it's like we're also more focused, like future focused on the goals and what we can build and create in the future as we're recognizing this value and potential within us. And that's why I feel like this could, you know, this Sun Neptune square could really be more about like breaking us out of some type of self-limiting like box, you know, square that we've been like contained within or holding ourselves in based on a faulty perception of our own selves, of our own abilities. And I feel like this energy again is helping to make us more mature and align us with a more authentic view of our actual selves. So interesting way that all of this is sort of interplaying and coming together today. We have some interesting Sabians in effect as well. The Sun at 26 Gemini, that Sabian symbol is winter frost in the woods. So we may be feeling like a little bit chilled out today as well. Like we may be feeling like a little bit just slightly more like withdrawn. And I don't think it's in like a personally cold way, but I feel like we're just sort of being more held back today. Like maybe just like a little bit more like observant of things and not sort of being like overly emotional about stuff today is I guess what I'm like trying to say. We also have the Earth today at 26 degrees of Sagittarius, you know, what's sort of going on in the ground. That Sabian symbol is a flag bearer in battle. And so I feel like this is actually talking about like our true colors and like what we stand for and like things happening to remind us of that and to help us align with the truth of our value and bring us back into context of like who we really are and what we came here for and what we represent and like who we were always meant to be and, you know, the value that is held in that and what the potential that that represents and like really helping us to embody and stand in our personal truth. I feel like the Earth at that degree is talking about today. And then, like I said, the North Node Venus conjunction, a jewelry shop filled with valuable gems. That's pretty self-explanatory. We've talked about that quite a bit. And then the position of Neptune even. A new moon reveals that it's time for people to go ahead with their different projects. The Neptune Sun Square with Neptune at this degree, I feel like this could be bringing up, again, some confusion about starting something new or heading out in this new direction or maybe doubting ourselves or questioning our ability, especially in this black moon energy. But it is talking about the new moon and being the time to really start moving forward. And the other energy present is very much supportive of that. So again, the Sun Neptune square may be bringing up some type of just like inner tension in regards to our own perception of our ability to move forward in this new direction, be successful, starting something new. But we don't have to worry about it, you guys. This is illusion. This is fantasy. This is Neptune. So we're good. Saturn in the trine, practicality, groundedness, manifestation is telling us that we got this. And not only that, we are going to be successful. Saturn ruling rewards and success after hard lessons and hard work. And we also have, Pluto, the degree of Pluto, a woman reading tea leaves with the moon coming there again. I'm talking about this strong intuition today, this strong psychic energy in regards to the future, the direction that we're heading, and what we are capable of creating and producing there, and the path that we need to take essentially. So intuition is very strong today, you guys, and we need to be keyed into that, and we need to be open to following our intuition in this energy. So overall, you guys, honestly, there's good energy today. Like the Venus in the North Node, this is always, to me, especially in the sign of Taurus, like a very positive aspect, especially with the moon in Capricorn, another earth sign, making a trine. Like this could be like really good, like something really positive financially happening today, or something really positive in relationships happening today, or just something that brings us like pleasure or comfort, or it just makes us feel good, like physically happening in our lives today. So I feel like this is like a really beautiful day, but it's also kind of a weird day because of this simultaneous like Sun, Neptune, Sun, Saturn aspects that we have going on the side of it, like strange but determined mental energy. And we're sort of like doing the work or getting caught in illusion. Like those are the two polarities, because we are in Gemini season, how this may play out today. So we really want to be sort of more on the side of like doing the work geared towards building, creating, manifesting our future with the Taurus North Node and Venus conjunction in the trine to the moon in Capricorn, and not so much the caught in the illusion or the over-grandizing things with the sun in square to Neptune. But also, as I said, Mercury and Jupiter in a in a sextile. Mercury ruling the cycle, and this is going to build over the next couple days. This is some big information that is coming through that is benefiting us in some way. This fortunate information, you guys, Jupiter ruling fortune, Mercury ruling information, or fortunate mental attitude, fortunate conversation, interaction, transaction, something like that, which is really positive in, simultaneous correspondence with Venus and the North Node together. So really actually very positive energy, and, we're seeing the truth of things. We are, and positive momentum is picking up. We also have a highlight, as I said, on like government and authority today as well, with this trine to Saturn, this Capricorn moon. So, stuff like that could be happening. Money, resources, food, supplies, projects, partnerships, relationships, all of that type of stuff. Important and valuable conversations and connections, divine alignments, positive and beneficial experiences. That's what I'm seeing today. That's what we got going on. That's the overall vibe of things. I think it should be honestly a pretty good day. It might be, like I said, like a little bit of a weird day, but ultimately good and working in our benefit and helping us to go through this mental shift and internal, also emotional vibrational shift that is helping us to open, to align and attract the things that can really benefit us going forward in this process of growth, in this process of activating our destiny, in this process of rising into our higher selves and gaining this greater understanding and capacity to work with God and universe, and again, like become the masters of our own destiny as we head throughout this 222 year and towards the age of Aquarius. So really interesting day energetically, you guys. Let's talk about the tarot for a minute. Again, kind of interesting. Got two cards coming out of the deck today, plus we're going to look at the back of the deck as well. We got all Pentacle cards coming out today, you guys, and then we got a Queen of Cups. So the first cards that we have coming out were the Four of Pentacles and also the Three of Pentacles. And then on the back of the deck, we had the Seven of Pentacles, and underneath that was the Queen of Cups. And so I find it very interesting today that on this day that is so grounded in this Venus energy, this Venus in Taurus energy, with the North Node there as well, Venus, Taurus, ruling money, resources, finances, and also coins and pentacles. We had all of our cards coming up today Pentacles. And yes, we had the Queen of Cups, but she was underneath the Seven of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So first of all, just in the fact that we got all Pentacle cards coming up today, you guys, this is talking about a huge emphasis, again, on material things, the material aspect of life, things actually tangibly happening, like, and growth as well, and money and finances and projects and partnerships, material comforts, all that type of stuff. Highly indicated just in the suit of all of the cards that came up today. So found that to be interesting. And next, also like the message of the cards, the Four of Pentacles, this is talking about really holding tightly onto something. And then we got the Three of Pentacles. This is about partnerships and interactions and relationships and people coming together to work towards a goal, to make progress. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is talking about growing something. This is creating something, bringing something into fruition, coming to like a harvest point. Like, what are we growing? And then on the back of the deck, underneath that, we had the Queen of Cups. So generally, you know, this combination of cards, I feel like it's talking about like valuable connections that contribute to our growth and productivity in regards to abundance and love and our ability to receive and attract those things. But I mean, look, if we think about it, this is talking to me, I feel like it's bringing into consideration these alignments that are coming in right now for the purpose of our growth. It's like this card to me is also representing when we feel something is very valuable, because he is grasping onto this coin, and we're talking about coins, we're talking about value, and he is not wanting to let it go. So this guy clearly is perceiving something as being very valuable, or something that he really wants to hold on to. And to me, when we have the Three of Pentacles after this is these alignments, these partnerships, these agreements, these relationships, these interactions, these encounters that are going on right now that are helping us actually to accomplish a purpose. These are not, look at these guys, they have like a blueprint. They're working towards something. They're talking about something. It's like these alignments that are coming in right now that are based in also a sense of value, and are value in and of themselves, and are worth hanging on to, are very significant, are very valuable, are very important, are helping us in some way to get towards a goal, like to work towards something, whether, you know, it's just giving us this insight into ourselves that is helping us to be more productive going forward in this new path or in this new direction, or whether we're generally, you know, gaining these connections right now that are going to be working with us on something moving forward. But with the Seven of Pentacles after that, this is a journey in growth. Like, we're trying to build something, we're trying to create something, we're trying to grow something that can grow into something that we can harvest. And what are we harvesting, you guys? We're harvesting this Queen of Cups energy, this ability to attract and magnetize and receive and align with a sense of internal emotional fulfillment, and being in, you know, control of our own emotions, and as a result of that, being able, like, in control of our own emotional vibration, and as a result of that, being able again to be sort of like more masterful over our own experience in terms of what we are attracting and magnetizing into our life that can bring us the sense of fulfillment on a very heart and soul and emotional based level. So it's this emotional transformation, you know, that sun or the moon in the conjunction to Pluto, simultaneous to the moon in Capricorn making the trine to the north node, and also Venus opposing the south node, you know, like what we're letting go of right now, what we are no longer interested in, what we no longer have a taste for. Venus in Taurus, we no longer have a taste for the toxicity of the past, and, you know, the things that took advantage of us out of us not recognizing the value within us, and not understanding the worth that equates to externally, and our ability to care for and to provide for ourselves, and, you know, surrendering to less than positive, productive dynamics in life as a result of these feelings of lack. Like, that is what we're transforming. That is what we're growing out of. And these cards are, to me, are talking about this earth-based Venus Taurus value energy that is coming in, and that is important, that is significant, and that we're, you know, we need to hold on to whatever connections, like, not, you know, forever, but for this period of time, because there's a purpose. We're growing something, we're working towards something, and we're working towards what can really bring us our heart and soul's form of fulfillment. So really interesting, beautiful tarot reading there that we got in the context of this other energy that's coming out now, or that's not coming out, that's present in our cosmos today. So now let's grab, you guys, one more card. Let's grab a synchronicity card and just see if there is a message that God wants to give to us today to just sort of, summarize or encapsulate everything else that we've been talking about. Here's one. Oh my gosh, you guys, we've gotten this card so much lately, and this is what is going on. It says, change your thoughts. It is what it is. Like, we've been getting this card so much as we've been going through this Gemini season, this Mercury retrograde. And today, here we are again with this we're in all this Gemini energy, this Mercury in the sextile to Jupiter as well, the Sun in Gemini making all of these aspects, and then the Moon and Pluto together, and this North Node Venus conjunction. We are changing our thoughts. This card says change your thoughts. That is like the linchpin right now. That is the overall message that is making all of this happen. And it shall prosper in the thing for which I sent it. Isaiah 55:11. Whatever seed you plant will come back to you in its fruit. And I love that too, because that is so Taurian, and we're talking about Venus and the North Node in the sign of Taurus, seed planting, growth. Yes. Whatever seed you plant will come back to you in its fruit. If you plant a bitter seed, you will get a bitter fruit. Sweetness will beget sweetness. Likewise, flavor your thoughts and your speech with sweetness, that you may dwell in a sweet life. Holding to your present thoughts will bring you unhappiness. So this again is reminding us today, with this Venus North Node conjunction, we really need to get in line with our heart, with the positive feelings, with the sweet side of life. And I feel like experiences should be coming to us today to sort of bring us back into alignment with that, because we are waking up to the truth of our value, and that is also changing our perspective. But this is also telling us as well, we really need to get in alignment with this Venus energy today and hone our inner sweetness, because that will help us attract and magnetize better experiences. And that is the lesson right now as well, with the Venus in alignment with the North Node. So yet again, everything seems to be right on point, and that is what I have to say today, you guys. Message from the stars, a message from the cards. I really hope you guys liked this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you think that they would be interested and like this too. Leave me comments, you guys. I love your comments. Thank you guys all so much. I really truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a website, and some other social media stuff. Those are in my description box below. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We have weekend astrology to talk about. So I will be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.